What's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, man, we have a sad story coming out of London, man. I mean, this is a horrible news, man. I mean, 21 Savage is riding a high, man, right now. He is doing amazing in the rap game. He just did an amazing thing for King Von's sister, man. I thought that was a real stand-up cool move, what he did for King Von's sister. Only to find out, man, that his own brother was actually the victim of a violent stabbing attack in London, and the result, he lost his life, man. Now, we're going to get into all the specifics, but before we get into all that, man, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, so 21 Savage, like I said earlier, man, amazing time, man, doing great in this rap game. But man, here is some horrible news that just probably, just shook up his whole world, man. So obviously he was really close with his brother too, man. So this is some crazy news. So 21 Savage's brother, man, is a 27-year-old man by the name of Terrell Davis. And he also went by the rap name TM1 Way, excuse me. He was killed in Brixton on Sunday night. Now, this is from a story on the Daily Mail. And Brixton, I believe, is a part of London. I've actually heard of Brixton a lot in a lot of the drill raps. Like, they bring up Brixton a lot, the London drill rappers, not the U.S. drill rappers. But I've actually heard of that a couple of times. I'm not sure if that's a really rough area or not. But it seems like, for something like this to happen there, it might not be the safest place. But let's continue. So Mr. Davis, that's TM1 Way. He was from East London, and he's the brother of Grammy Award winner 21 Savage. Sources say the rapper who left the UK at age 7 will be devastated. Now, of course he was devastated, man, because this is a crazy story. I mean, I couldn't even imagine getting some type of news like that, because you would expect something horrible to happen in America. I mean, I hate to say that, but London seems like it's a lot safer than America because they're not allowed to have guns there, And because they don't have guns there, I always assume that it's a safer place to be. But man, with this this news, it goes to show that that's not necessarily true. So the story continues and said that rapper 21 Savage wrote a heartbreaking tribute to his British brother who was stabbed to death on a South London estate. Now, I guess his brother had got into it with somebody who he was actually friends with. And this is crazy, man. This is the crazy part about a lot of these stories and what's going on in the rap game. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. But man, notice how many times it's people who are close to these people or people they assume are their friends or believe that they were their friends who turn their back on them and do something just crazy, man. And I mean, I'm starting not to be, I used to get shocked. I will admit, I used to be shocked of all these situations. But 2020 has taken the complete shock out of me because hip hop right now is such a dangerous place. Rap is such a dangerous place. It's ridiculous. The whole environment and everything that surrounds it is crazy this year. I don't know what's going on. I've been a hip hop fan my whole life. And man, I am a fully grown dude, man, like super grown. I have never, ever, ever, ever seen a year like this in hip hop. This is insane, man. I mean, and to have people, and this isn't the first rapper who it was a family member of theirs. We had the Baby, and his brother, was, I guess, suffering some things, and he ended up, taking his own life, I believe, man. But, rest in peace to the Baby's brother as well. But man, this is insane, man. So the story continues, and they go into detail about what his brother was into that day. And on that day, he was basically just carrying on regular stuff, man. So yesterday, they said, this is from the sources from his family, and they're saying that he had been shopping for his grandmother when he got into an argument with an old friend who suddenly lunged forward and stabbed him. And this is what the family told most of the news sources or whatever out there. Now, I mean, maybe this is me, but I always assume nowadays with technology, if you got stabbed, like depending on where you got stabbed, like if you got stabbed in the mass, like the stomach or anywhere like that, you would live. But man, I guess there's still, what they used to call mortal wounds, back in the days of, Rome and stuff like that. that, you know, if you get stabbed in a certain place, you still won't make it. And especially depending on how many times someone stabs you, you know? And this is a horrible, horrible situation, man. Prayers and blessings to 21 Savage and his family, man. Now, 21 Savage, he took to social media to show his condolences for his brother and his extended family over in the UK. And he said this, man. He wrote this on social media. He said, "Can't believe somebody took you, baby bro. I know I took my anger out on you. I wish I could take that back." Now, he's probably talking about when they were kids, because 21 Savage left the UK when he was 7 years old and came to America, and now he's a famous rap star, you know? And he was probably just talking about the fact that, you know, when you're kids, man, you beat up on your brothers and sisters, man. You have fights, you do these things, but it comes from a place of love, man. You really have love, caring, and, you know, emotions for each other. And when something bad and tragic like this happens, it can bring back all those feelings, man. So I know he's probably in a bad place right now. Cool continues by saying that 21 Savage and his brother, TM One Way, they were actually in communication often. They could only talk on things like WhatsApp and social media and stuff like that because of his current legal problems in the U.S. Because 21 Savage, remember, he had that whole debacle where they were going to try to deport him or something of that nature, allegedly. And that just that messed up his communications of like going back and flying back, you know, to the UK to talk to his family. So he's in a rough spot or space. Now, when you have something like that going on, I wonder, man, will they let you fly back for the funeral? Because come on, man, you got to have a heart in that situation, especially something tragic like this. I mean, his brother was only 27 years old. And for all their communication back and forth only to be recently on like WhatsApp and on the phone and stuff like that, man, you know, you probably want to at least see your brother in his final resting place, man. It's crazy, man. Now, 21 Savage is 28 years old. I didn't realize he was 28, man. I always thought that 21 Savage was still close to 21 years old, man. But I guess, man, it's been a couple years since when he popped. When did he pop? Like 2014, 2015? You know what I mean? So, man, hopefully, man, things pan out for him and his family in this situation. Now, they do continue in the story to make a point to say that Terrell, or TM One Way, he wasn't in any type of gangs. He didn't have any problems with anybody. He didn't have any known, like, enemies out there, anything like that. Like, this was literally out the blue. Like, he saw some dude after he was shopping for his grandma. Now, this is the worst part, man. He's shopping for his grandma, man. He's doing chores, trying to bring food to his grandma, and he's coming back. He sees a dude that he knows, and then suddenly, dude and him start arguing, and dude just pulls out a knife, man. Come on, man. There ain't no way in the world whatever they were arguing about was worth all that, man. That's crazy, man. Because, I mean, from everything that they're saying in these reports, dude was just a legitimate, outstanding dude, good dude, you know, stayed out of crime, didn't have any kind of crazy record or anything like that. It's just a freak, crazy situation and sad. And it tends to be a trend in hip hop right now. So what do you guys think, man? Do you guys think that 21 Savage, man, should be able to, you know, go back to the UK and, you know, lay his brother to rest? And, man, what do you guys think also about what's going on in hip hop right now, man? It just seems like there's a lot of dark and death around hip hop. And, man, it's crazy, man. It's out of control at this point.